What's up, everybody? My name is Bradley Sutton, and I'm with Helium 10, and join with me here is
Matt Benton. Good afternoon, folks. How we doing?
all right. So Helium 10 for the newbies. Once again, you've never heard of Helium 10 before. Matt, give them the lowdown.
What is Helium 10, right? Helium 10 is a suite of tools for Amazon sellers, an all-in-one suite of tools. Now we've got over 20 tools in total. Everything from keyword research to product research to listing optimization to hijacker alerts to refunds and just about everything else you need to sell on Amazon. Helium 10 is an all-in-one tool suite. And at this point, pretty much your one-stop shop for any tools you need on Amazon.
All right. Thank you for that. So as we put in the description for today's video, the tip of the day is going to be about the IQ score in Magnet and Cerebro. So I'm here in Magnet, and you guys can't see it because I do not have it. Let me see here. Share. Something's wrong here. There we go. Let's share this screen. Boom. All right, here we go. So we're here in Magnet. I'm going to type in the word of the last 2 weeks, which is collagen peptides. Pull it up. I've searched it. Load from history. All right, here we go. So this is how to use the IQ score. We've talked a little bit about this, about especially words that are in Spanish or other languages, but let me just show you a little bit a more broad way of how you can use it. As you can see here, I entered collagen peptides, and there's 1,186 words. So some of these words do not have a high IQ score. Now, first of all, what Magnet IQ score is? Let me read it here. I don't know why the screen is black. It says Magnet IQ score is an internal score we give to keywords to show the ratio between search volume and competition. A higher score means that there's a good ratio of low competition to high search volume. The more competition there is for the keyword phrase, the less, the lower the score. The more competition, the lower the score. All right. So for example, we have a word here that maybe gets we think, oh, this gets a 1,600 exact phrase search volume, but the score is only 33. Why is it 33? Well, over 50,000 people have that word in their listing. All right. So this is the way that I like to use it. I'm going to say I want to do a search for at least a minimum of 400 exact phrase searches per month. And a Magnet score, I'm going to put something, a big number here. Let's say 2,000. I want a score of 2,000. Here we go. Apply. So now it's filtering out. It brought me down to 145 keywords. So let's just take a look at this and what kind of words we get here. For example, collagen hydrolyzed, but this is not the correct spelling of hydrolyzed or hydrolyzed. However it's supposed to, this says hydrolyzed, but that's a misspelling right there. But there are 426 people a month who misspell this word. So if you don't have this in your listing, you're not going to get this traffic. But look, there's only 46 people who have this word in their listing. So just by adding this, you're gonna get pretty visible. I mean, just by adding it, you're gonna be on page 2 without even anything. And with a little PPC, you could probably get a little bit higher. Let's keep looking over here. The ones that are not. A lot of times, the high IQ score are ones that are from brands, but obviously we would disregard those. But let's see. Here's a Spanish word. That's like a misspelling of a Spanish word. You don't even spell it with 2 L's. So there's a colágeno, which is not even a word. 115 people have that in their listing, but it gets 500 searches a month. Let's see if there's any big ones here that are not. Oh, it already took it off. I lost my filter. Oh, no, I didn't lose my filter. It's right here. All right. So wait, I did lose a filter. Let me apply it again. We might still have Amazon issues here. No, we don't. We're good. We're good. Collagen hydrolysate. All right, 812, but it gets 5,572 searches per month. Some of these, like I said, you might have to disregard. Dr. Axe, Great Lakes. I happen to know those are brands, so I would just completely forget about that. Zint probably is a brand. Here's a good one. Here's a really good one. keto collagen protein powder. That has an Amazon's Choice badge to it, so that means that Amazon must, deem it relevant to getting sales. But only 200 people search for, only 200 people have it in their listing. 2,800 searches per month. So there's a lot of opportunity here, you guys, to find those golden nugget keywords that maybe your competitors are not paying attention to. But by using the IQ score, you can filter them out. All right, and you can be able to put them into your listing. So make sure to use the IQ score. We have this in Cerebro and in Magnet.
Brandon had a good question here. If we want to pin it up, how much IQ score are we looking to be over, or like what are you aiming for an IQ score? I don't have a hard and fast number. Maybe you do, Bradley. But what I do is I start by sorting by exact phrase search volume, and then I'll just go on down the list. And by the time I'm down to keywords with 200 searches a month, I tend to lose interest. I don't really look at the IQ score as much, but if you start your search that way and look for high opportunity keywords the way Bradley just did, that's another option too. Do you have a number, Bradley?
I sometimes throw in that 2,000, but here, like for example, I just did a 10,000. Like let's say it still gave you too much. Like some words have a lot of similar words. Like collagen peptides is a pretty popular phrase, so you kind of have to make the number go a little bit higher. But you can still find some gems in here, and this is guys, this is a great example here. I just happen to find this now. The reason why we have this is that sometimes there are certain phrases that might get searched a lot but don't really make a lot of sense. Like Amazon says, yeah, this gets searched a lot, but it doesn't get many sales, so we're not going to give it an Amazon's Choice badge. Look at this, eating evolved. I can't imagine why somebody would search that, but guess what? 2,000 people search for it. So before we had this, you might have thought, oh, I need to throw a lot of PPC money. Eating evolved is a great keyword. But look, Amazon's Choice doesn't even give that, or Amazon doesn't give it an Amazon's Choice badge. So that might be something you want to avoid. So there, we went over IQ and the Amazon's Choice badge today for the tips. So hope you guys were able to get something from that. Any other good questions you saw?
No, but that's a really good point. And if you missed what Bradley just said, go back and watch the replay, because what he just said about Amazon's Choice badges and search volume was really important, and I could not agree more.
Real quick, I see Lindsay's on. I heard that your husband, John, is not going to be on. He's our most dedicated watcher here. But something I wanted to bring up, that now that I saw your name, John in yesterday's episode mentioned how he used Refund Genie to get a lot of money back. And some people are able, Matt, to get so much money that what are they able to do with that money even?
Yeah, one thing we've heard a lot about Refund Genie is that it pays for your Helium 10 account for the entire year. So if you've sold on Amazon for some period of time and you haven't run Refund Genie, if you're new to Helium 10 or you've been using it for a long time, I would run Refund Genie, see what money Amazon may owe you. Over the last couple months and years, Amazon's gotten really good at finding this money and kind of catching their errors. But what we've been able to do with Refund Genie is catch their errors of the errors that they have not caught. So run Refund Genie, get some money back, and pay for your Helium 10 plan at the same time. There are other folks out there who have a similar service. Now, their softwares may just be that refund tool. They may take a cut. Refund Genie, everything that we find for you, you get to keep. You keep all your money. And I think we could charge $97 a month for just Refund Genie alone. So, and that's something we've thought about doing in the past. We've wanted to keep the tools the same price. So we've really tried to do that for all you folks and continue adding new tools and keeping things the same price. But to circle back to Bradley's question, a great way to pay for your Helium 10 plan is to run Refund Genie and get some free money back from Amazon. Your money.
Yep. So make sure, guys, those of you who are Diamond or Platinum members, you've got that right in your suite, complete access to it. So make sure to take advantage, especially those of you guys who are doing big numbers. You'd be shocked. You'd think that, I'm just going to, Amazon's a $1 trillion company now, I'm going to trust everything that they do. You'd be shocked at how much money they've been shorting you, whether it's, from, they damaged something, but they didn't reimburse it, or, a lot of things like that happen and you don't even know about it unless you run reports like this. So make sure you're taking advantage of it. And if any of you guys have used Refund Genie, please post below whether you're watching this live or on the replay, and let us know, if you've gotten money from that. We have a question for the day for people.
We do.
What is it?
Question of the day. Every day we run a contest. Right now it's for a Helium 10 t-shirt. The question of today is, what's your favorite Helium 10 tool? So you're here watching us. What is your favorite Helium 10 tool in the entire suite to use? I don't know. Bradley, what's yours?
My favorite has got to be Cerebro.
Okay.
I guess I'm a spy at heart, and I love spying on my competitors' ASINs.
Well, I think my number one is not Magnet. I love Magnet and Cerebro, the keyword tools, but X-Ray right now is at the top of my list. So X-Ray is my favorite, and we'd love to hear what tools are your favorite.
All right. And yesterday we weren't able to go over many examples, with the tools because Amazon was down for a big part of the day. And I heard today too that some people still are having issues with their Seller Central and things. So if you guys are having issues either on the front side of Amazon or on the back end and your Seller Central, let us know below. I'm just curious how many people still have issues, but hopefully most of the issues are fixed today so that we can give you guys some good demos here. So let's get into some of the questions that you guys have been putting. And let's see. Here's a question just from Sean Pittman, who's one of our top question askers. And Steven actually had similar questions. They were talking about, when you guys mentioned that the search volume data is based on actual Amazon data, what do you mean? And Sean had said, does Magnet illustrate actual search volume in Amazon, or is this just to show? Well, yes, our information comes from Amazon itself. We don't just come up with a number. Oh yeah, I think this is searched for 33,723 times, per month, and our developer Boyan just comes up with that idea off the top. No, that's not what happens. This comes from Amazon, and we like to give you Amazon information. We're very proud of the fact that our software goes over tens of billions of data points and has a database of how many million products, like 400, more than 450 million products, right? That our tools analyze. So be confident that you're getting the most accurate information whenever you use Helium 10. So thank you for that, Sean and Steven. Let's go into another question here from Lex. Do you want to do this one, Matt?
Sure.
Lex says, how can I use Cerebro or Magnet better with the new search terms change on the back end?
So I think, Lex, you're referring to the back end keywords going down to one line. That just limits, right, the amount of keywords that you can use in your entire listing and specifically in your back end. So one thing that we would do is just be more selective with your keywords, right? So you have less space. So you want to be more selective with the keywords that you do use. I would start by, let's see, Bradley's running a search here. What I would do is I would start by hitting exact phrase search volume once. That'll filter from greatest to least. And then from there, I would just, again, start at the top of the list and pick the keywords with the highest search volume, but that are still relevant to your product. Is there anything you'd add, Bradley?
No, just like, let's say maybe before, like for example, here in this is 1,000 keywords, and maybe in the glory days, you're an old school person who remembers when Amazon was allowing 5,000 search terms. You're like, 1,186. I'm going to take all of these and put it in there. But so now maybe you have to be more selective, and so that's why we have these filters in here. So we went over the IQ score. That's one way of narrowing words down. But you might have to say, you know what? I only want to do the ones that have over 1,000, keywords. And then now this brings it down to 103 different keyword phrases, which, still is more space than you need. But you just use this, and like, for example, this is 103 different phrases. This is not 103 words. And as you know, you only have 250 characters. So the best thing is just make sure there's a lot of these are in your listing. But as we showed yesterday, you could export this. If you're not sure how many different keywords are in here, you can export this to Frankenstein. And then using Frankenstein, you can see that, wow, those 104 keywords phrases actually come up to 2,000 characters. But there's a lot of duplicates in there. So You're using Frankenstein right here. You can say remove the duplicates and then process it. And look, now you're down to 654 characters. So still more than the 250, but just you can see kind of the process here, how you got to kind of pick and choose, making sure that you're using the best keywords that's relevant, because now real estate is like it is in California on Amazon, and it's really expensive, Right. So thank you for that question. Who was that? Lex Luthor asked that question. So say hi to Clark Kent for us. All right, next one here. Alejandro has a question. Any advice on what to do after a successful CPR, but not much organic sales after CPR? Still running Amazon sponsored ads and Facebook, but very little sales. My pictures, my listing optimization, including keywords, are solid. Not sure what else to do. Thanks. All right. Well, Alejandro, thanks for that. Really quick, what is a CPR for the people who don't understand? Like, was he actually doing CPR on somebody and expect some kind of sales bump, or
no? So CPR stands for Cerebro Product Rank, and that's the CPR formula is how we derive how many units need to be sold per keyword, and those units are in Magnet and Cerebro. So how many units need to be sold per keyword to land on page 1 for that keyword or keyword phrase.
All right. So I'm assuming that when he says it was successful, he's probably saying that, let me go ahead and hide this here. There we go. He's probably saying that he got to page 1. So, and I've seen this happen, that's happened to me. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, this is a great keyword. Now I'm on page 1. I'm expecting 10, 15 sales a day and I'm getting 2 or 3. The first thing I would do to make sure, you say your pictures are good, but that could be your personal opinion, is one thing to really know if people are clicking on your listing. Take a look at your statistics. In Seller Central, it tells you how many impressions you're getting every day. So before you were on page 1, let's say you were getting 100 impressions a day or 100 page views. So after you're on page 1, what kind of page views are you getting? Are you getting 200? Well, everybody's clicking on your listing, but then there's something in your listing that they just don't really like or doesn't attract them, and you're not getting the sales. But what if it's 105 or 110? Well, if that phrase that you're on page 1 for gets thousands of views or searches, then something is wrong with like your thumbnail or maybe your price or just your relevance altogether, because that means that people are seeing it in the search results, but they're not clicking on your listing. So that's one way to check. And if that's the case, just take an honest examination. Take a look at everything else on page 1. Is your product like that? Because remember, I say this every time, the page 1 of a certain search, that's your best guide as to how, what people who are searching for that like. So like, let's say you're doing a collagen peptides, for example, and everyone on page 1 of collagen peptides, let's go ahead and show that as a matter of fact. How do I do that? There we go. Let's go to Amazon and search for collagen peptides. And you could tell on this listing, like almost everything, like right here, the top sellers are all the same. It looks like a canister and it's powder and everything. But let's say your product is collagen peptides, but it's like a jelly. Let me see. It looks like this, like something you suck out of a tube. Now you can get this on page 1, and yeah, maybe it's collagen peptides, and you think, oh yeah, I'm going to get this to page 1, so everybody's going to like it. But guess what? Obviously, people like something that looks like, not that like this. I lost it. Collagen peptide, like the canister one that we just showed.
Right.
So if you put a jelly up there, people are not even going to click on your listing. Like, what is that? I'm looking for a powder I can mix into my coffee or something. So sometimes you might think that you have the best idea, but just make sure, you kind of verify it by looking at your listing, and then ask your friends, don't even tell them it's your product. They might not want to hurt your feelings or something. Yeah, you suck. You're an idiot. That's not even relevant. So just say, hey, I found this product. What do you think about this? If you were searching for collagen peptides, would you buy this? So just do something like that. But I'm glad to know that the CPR worked for you. Again, as Matt said, that's a great way to get on page 1. And for the people other than Alejandro who might not know how to find CPR, what's the URL that they can go to? I'll type it in right here.
Helium10.com/CPR. And I've got something to add to that too, Bradley, is as you're making these tweaks, like Bradley did mention a handful of things that could make your listing convert better, because that's right at the end of the day, all Amazon wants is page one is really valuable real estate. And so they want to put all the highest converting listings on page one and the highest converting ones on the top of page one. So the things that Bradley listed off, you're going to want to test those things one by one. So maybe you tweak your price or do this or that along the way. A great way to track this in Helium 10 is go into Keyword Tracker. And as you're making these changes, say you're running a launch or you're making different tweaks to your listing, you can actually make a note in Keyword Tracker of the different changes you're making along the way. So today is the 6th. So on September 6th, maybe I make a note that I tweaked my price from $25 to $24.50. It seems like other folks are converting better at that price. So maybe you make that change on that day and see how that affects it. So Keyword Tracker is a great way to track not only your keywords, but changes you make along the way so that you know what works and what doesn't.
All right. So Alejandro, thank you very much for that one. Real quick, I just see a quick one I'm going to hit really quick. Natalia says, hi, exact phrase search volumes change from 6,000 to 100 from week to week. What does it mean? Can I successfully launch a product during these keywords? I honestly have never seen that before. So that might, if you're looking at, if you're sure you're looking at the exact same one, make sure to screenshot that and send it to support. And for the rest of you guys, if you ever see anomalies, you know, one of the reasons why we're so proud we have an amazing software is because of you guys. If there are glitches that you see, you guys report it to us using the intercom, which is right down, you can't see it because Bradley's big head is in the way, but beneath our head, you'll see there's a like a blue, like a message box. Yep. You click on that and you can report it and put paste the screenshot right into there to let us know if any anomaly. So Natalia, please get that checked out because I don't think that is correct. Let's go to another one. Matt, sing a song. Oh, no, it's from a song. The name is Song. It says, what platform and or method do you advise to generate product reviews? So how can Song get better private reviews?
Song, good question. There's a million hacks out there, and that's probably what you want to hear us say is like this cool new hack to get reviews or what I'm putting in my insert to persuade people. And that stuff's awesome, but it's fleeting sometimes. So we teach a lot of that stuff in the Illuminati Mastermind. It's kind of a high-level mastermind that meets up every month and shares high-level tactics. So if that's what you want, that's a good place for that stuff. But my answer to this, I think we answered kind of the same question the other day, is sales, and more sales. So the best way to get more reviews is just to sell more. And then from there, have a good email follow-up service, a good email follow-up sequence to follow up with your customers. And then beyond my favorite way to get reviews is just have great customer service. So if you've got a customer reaching out to you with a question or anything like that, that's an awesome opportunity to not only one, give them great customer service, but two, give them such great customer service that they turn around and give you a glaring, awesome 5-star review. So those are my tips for getting more reviews.
Awesome. So thank you very much, Song. Let's go ahead and look at a couple of the answers from our question of the day. For those of you just joining us, it's which is your favorite Helium 10 tool? So Lindsay says Refund Genie is awesome. Sophia says X-Ray for sure. Thank you, Sophia. Let's see what else. Ted says favorite is Cerebro. And every day, one that he uses every day is Keyword Tracker. All right, same, Ted. Let's see. A couple questions here. Brandon says, not a Helium 10 question, but do you know when last day products have to be into Amazon for fourth quarter sales? I don't think it's been announced yet. If anybody else knows the answer to that, please, post it below. But I think somebody was just asking about that this week, and when I searched, I didn't actually see that it had been announced yet. So every year it's a different date. You don't know of it. You haven't heard of anything, right?
I don't. Okay. I saw something yesterday in one of the groups, but
yeah. All right. And Brandon, who just asked that question, his favorite tool is Cerebro. All right. Good job. Good man. That's the same as me. He's trying to kiss up here. All right. Let's see. Okay. Doug says, quick question on Cerebro. When I do a reverse ASIN lookup, it shows all the keywords, but when I search some of those keywords on the actual, what does it say? Post? post of that ASIN, it is not on their post. All right, Doug, you're gonna have to clarify that because I don't understand what you mean by when you say the post of the ASIN. So please, if you're still on, please clarify that so we can get to that question for you.
Maybe on the listing itself.
On the Yeah, okay, let's just assume that you're talking about maybe the actual page of that ASIN. And so if that's what you mean, they might have that in their backend, in their search terms or in the subject matter, and you have no visibility on that. You can't see that. But something that Manny, Coates had found out months ago is that now you don't even have to be indexed, the old term of indexed, or have a keyword in your listing to rank for it. So that's pretty interesting. And that's the cool thing about Cerebro. Cerebro is showing you all of the keyword phrases that an ASIN actually ranks for. But yeah, some of those keywords might not even be in their listing, but Amazon is still ranking them for it. So if that answers your question, I hope it does, Doug. Otherwise, please clarify. Let's go back to our questions here. And let's see another one. Let's go ahead. Another one for Matt here. Brandon says, what exactly is magnet used for?
Great question, Brandon. Thank you for asking it. For anyone who also wants to ask questions, by the way, you can post them in the comments below, or do you know the URL, Bradley?
Yes, it's helium10.com/ I can never say / why? Questions.
Helium10.com / questions to submit your questions for other shows. This one was, what is magnet used for? So Helium 10 has 2 keyword tools, right? Why do we need 2 different tools? Well, one of them is Cerebro, and these are just 2 different methods to start your search. Cerebro is the reverse ASIN tool. So I like to use that on competitors or folks that have a great listing, and I'm curious what the keyword opportunity is for that market or product. So I'll enter in that ASIN in Cerebro, and it'll run a reverse ASIN search and show all the keywords that show up where that ASIN shows up in the search results. Now, Magnet, on the other hand, which is our other keyword tool, and in my opinion, our most powerful, is a seed keyword tool. So you're going to enter in a seed keyword like Bradley did, collagen, and it's going to return all the most relevant results to that seed keyword. So I would start my keyword research efforts with Magnet, and this is how I would use both of the tools in conjunction with each other because they both should be used. So I would start my search in Magnet and then use Cerebro to pick up any additional keywords that I might not have found with my seed keyword search in Magnet. Looks like Bradley started with collagen. So yeah.
And the cool thing, the difference is with our tool, Magnet, compared to others out there, when you enter a seed word, you might only get that word that's in the listing, like best collagen or collagen peptides. Something has to have collagen in it. But as you can see here, this one gives you other ones, other words as well. Like it gives you the Spanish one, collagenol capsules for women. The actual word collagen isn't even in there. There are other ones in there. Let's see if I can find one here.
Paleo protein powder.
Paleo protein powder. I don't even see that, but Eagle Eye Matt here found that. Paleo protein powder. Vegan. See, this is what you would get from another one, just vegan collagen, which is still, is valuable. That's why we have it in here. But at least you're not just linked to only one word, as a seed keyword. So thank you for that question. Brandon, was it? All right, Allison, a quick question here. What is the minimum sales volume per month you would green light a product to launch? Well, actually, it just depends on you. It depends on you and your budget and the factory you choose. What kind of minimums you have to do. If you have an unlimited budget, well, sky's the limit. Go for a big one. Go for one that could get, $300,000 a month sales if you can find a product like that. But you don't have to always try and hit a home run like that. You could start low. Maybe you only have $5,000 to $10,000. Well, there's nothing wrong with going after a product that might only sell $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 per month to get your feet wet. So just based on you, Allison. But thank you for that question. Another one here. Let's see. Here's a question. Why is Cerebro data so different than 5K Checker? Justin says. So now, Justin, I think you might be confused because maybe you mean keyword tracker. I'm not sure because Cerebro is completely different than 5K checker actually. So Cerebro is our reverse ASIN tool. So it allows us to go in and let me try and see if I can get one that I've done already. Go into history, open this up, view. All right. So I am looking at this ASIN and I am looking at all of the keywords that this ASIN is ranked for in around the top 20 pages or so. So that's what Cerebro does. But what does 5K checker do, Matt?
5K checker is going to check all the keywords in your listing to see if they're indexed.
Okay. Yes, exactly. All right. So please give us another question if maybe you were confused and you're wanting to ask about a comparison to another tool, but if not, then that should answer your question there. The Cerebro is completely different than the 5K checker. Let's see. Here's a question from Alex real quick, and I like getting these quick and easy ones here. How do I know if my product keyword is on the first page? Matt.
Great question. I'll take this one. How do I know if my product keyword is on page 1 of Amazon? Keyword tracker. Track all your keywords in keyword tracker. At least, if not all of them, all your most important keywords. Super easy. You can import your ASIN and then dump all your most important keywords in there and track them all. That way you have instant clarity into what your keywords are doing, how they're fluctuating, where you need to move them. Keyword tracker is an awesome tool. Probably one of our most used tools and one of our least talked about tools. So There's a lot of big sellers out there who only use keyword tracker, and for a good reason.
That's actually how I personally found Helium 10 is I was disgruntled with my previous keyword tracking software that I was using, is looking for new ones, and I found Helium 10 in a search. And I was like, wow, this is finally a keyword tracker that actually works. And then I saw all these other tools. I'm like, oh, guys, you got me hooked. So I have actually keyword tracker open here. So like, let's say this was my listing. I'll be like, hey, all right, I'm first page because I'm on position 4 and position 1 for this word Korean cushion compact and age 20s. So age 20s, that might seem like an irrelevant term, but that's actually the name of this brand. So I could have looked at that, but then I'm like, compact makeup, I'm not even in the top 306. So not only am I not on page 1, I'm not anywhere on this. So then by seeing this, it might get me to think, okay, well, I need to do something to get on page 1 because that is a word that has a lot of search volume. Okay. So that's how you could that's how you can tell if you're on page 1 or not. So thank you for that question. Who was that? That was Alex. So thank you very much, Alex. Here was a question that just came in, and I think it might have been cut off. So Silvio said the question that was submitted was, I don't even know what that means. So I think you probably had a big quotation there, but I don't know what your question means, either. So please, Silvio, if you're watching us, you just put this question yesterday, your question might have got cut off. So please come back and tell us what you don't know or what you don't know what it means. So please let us know. All right.
Yeah. Let's take a couple of these were similar. So you want to take all these ones?
Okay, here we go. Here's 3 questions from Brian, Carlos, and Jus. Brian says, I'm new to Helium 10. My account appears to be linked to Amazon, but now the X-ray results are blurred out. Carlos says, I'm new. I have 30 days free. How much is Helium 10? And Jus says, is Helium 10 free? So can you can you kill 3 birds with 1 stone?
Yeah, 3 birds with 1 answer. So I'll start with Brian's, and his was a well-worded question for the rest of us. So I'm new to Helium 10. My account appears to be linked to Amazon, but now the X-ray results are blurred out. Any reason? So we've got a couple plans on Helium 10. I think Bradley just went to the pricing page. So we've got our free plan, which is of course free for everyone to use. It has certain limitations, but you can, for the most part, use all of the tools a la carte. So you can buy a majority of our tools in an a la carte fashion, so one at a time. And then my 2 favorites are Platinum and Diamond, right? Where you get access to the entire suite of tools and more than what you see here. So you also get access to X-Ray, which is in our Chrome extension, and unlimited uses in X-Ray. So back to your question, the free plan does have limitations, and that's probably, Brian, and Carlos and just what you're referring to. So the free plan, you can use the majority of our tools, but there are slight limitations to them. Like, for instance, in Magnet and Cerebro, some of the keywords are blurred out. I don't think we show 100% of the search results and the CPR giveaway numbers, which to me are the most valuable pieces of information, or one of them, in Magnet and Cerebro. Also, if you just started a free plan, you'll notice that you can use X-Ray to its fullest extent, but it's limited to 1,000 results. So if you open up X-Ray on an Amazon's search results page, 28 results, most likely, depending on what category you're in, will come up on X-Ray. And on the free plan, you only get 1,000, which is a ton. But if you're using Helium 10 and you're running an Amazon business, you'll probably need more than that. So the next step from there is a paid plan. We've got over 20 tools now in our suite. It's an all-in-one software suite. I think someone asked the other day, I'm using this keyword tool and that product research tool and this and that and the other thing. And for the most part, this is your one-stop shop, the one place you need to go. And we've got plenty of tools here for you. So that's probably why you're seeing blurred out data, Brian, and hope that helps.
Yeah. So, we hear sometimes that people get like sticker shock when they see $97 or $197 a month. But really, guys, this is the best value out there, because there's no other tool that has as much. There's no other suite of tools that has as many tools as us. But if you're just joining us, as we talked about in the beginning, what's one of the easiest ways that you can get this paid off easily for a whole year almost?
Refund Genie. Find out how much Amazon owes you, please.
Refund Genie. You can do that. Another way is our affiliate program. Like, if you're in our affiliate program and you get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people to sign up, guess what? Just the commissions you make on that pays for your own membership. Can you tell them a little bit, just real briefly, because we're out of time here, but can you tell them real briefly about our affiliate program?
Yeah. Crushit.online. So Michelle, one of our affiliate managers, is sitting over there. Apply at crushit.online. You can promote Helium 10 to your friends and whoever else, Facebook groups, and Pixel Perfect Photography as well. And we were adding a few more things in there, but go to crushit.online, and that's our affiliate program. All
right. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. If you're in Southern California and you're watching this on the replay tonight, I hope to see you guys tomorrow night at our Helium 10 social. If you need more information on that, it's helium10.com/social. I almost got it that time. Woo! After like 3 weeks of saying it. And hope to see you guys tomorrow night. Lindsay, I know, will be there. And our husband, John, will be there. And I think somebody else Sophia, I think you're going to be there as well. So we look forward to seeing you guys. Again, for questions, helium10.com/questions. And there's something else I'm forgetting, but Matt, any final words while I try and think what I'm forgetting?
No, we'll close with our question one last time. What's your favorite Helium 10 tool? And also let us know what you guys like from these. So are these helping? We're kind of getting into a groove. We love doing these. Once we turn off the broadcast, we're high-fiving, and it's a really good time. So let us know what you like and what you'd like to see more of.
Yes, and then don't forget to put the reactions, whether it's thumbs up, surprise face, hearts, whether you're watching on the replay or live. Please give us those reactions. There we go. Somebody just gave us a reaction. Who is that? Lindsay. We can always rely on the Hoff family for our reactions. So please, reactions and comments, and we'll do a drawing on Tuesday. So remember, on Tuesdays now, we're at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So Thursdays is at 3 p.m. still, but next Tuesday morning, we'll be back here at 10 a.m. and we hope to see you guys here.
Cool. Thank you.